Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brad Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680, or you can email me at dyslexicgeniushurt@gmail.com. What I'm going to talk about is the round speed control on Victors, like on this Victor 4 here. And this is the hole that it fits through. This fits in here like that, and you can see this indentation. Then on the top, you'll have the dial indicator. Well, I'm going to show you how to put this together and I'll talk about the speed adjustment. On the bench, from top down, you have this knob, pointer, speed control, washer, shaft, tightening ring, spring, eccentric. This is eccentric, so it goes high and then it comes down here to low speed, and this screw. How these go together is you put the eccentric, you put the split washer in here. This goes in like that. This goes in on top. The knob goes on top. There you are. Here's your speed control. This ring goes on here. So we'll say this is the motor board. We put this in. Then the retaining ring. You'll see that we have this. This screws on. And a lot of people get confused with these. Then the eccentric turning piece here, the bottom piece. There's a pin in here. You see this pin where my finger is right there, that's sticking up. That lines up with this slot in the shaft here. So you put the spring in, or you can put the spring in like that. And then you will line this up to the slot, and that moves in and out. Now let's say, how do I adjust it? Because I want it to play. Let's say I want it to play at, we got 70. We'll just say that's 78 RPM. So we have it mounted in the machine and it's 78 RPM. And you have the rod that comes over here to the eccentric that goes to the governor to set your speed. So what you do is you crank this in till you get your speed, and then you leave the little ring here loose underneath. And you're going to have a little screwdriver or a piece of little metal to come in, because when you tighten this down, say it's in the machine, this whole thing turns like that, and that's what sets your speed, because the rod will be where my finger is, and that's slow, and then it comes around and it's high. So you set the speed, say this is 78. You leave the ring loose a little under here, and you can turn the top piece like this. I'll put this a little more. Whoopsie bread. They tighten up pretty easily. There we go. So now you can turn everything. You just turn the dial to 78. You've adjusted everything. So you got your speed, and say the speed was way over here. Well, you have it loose and you just turn it, because you hold this piece and you just turn that. And after you get it all adjusted, then you come in here and untighten it.
And tighten it, you mean?
Yeah, tighten it up. And what this does here is, this screw that goes in moves the eccentric back and forth. And this is the minute speed adjustment, because everything will be tight and you just back that off or screw it in to get exactly to 78 RPM, and this will be at 78 RPM. You have to fiddle with these a lot to get them to do what you want them to do. And it's hard because you're under the motor board and that tightening ring goes up in that hole. And that's the real hard part. Getting them apart's easy, getting them out's very easy, but putting them back together to get them to 78 RPM and you want it at 78, you really have to play with loosening this lock nut here and holding here and turning, and it's pretty complicated, but you can get it to 78 RPM. This is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.